Honorable Hlangwini.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Greetings to the Commander-in-Chief, Commissars, Ground Forces of the EFF. Speaker, the EFF supports the Special Appropriation Bill. The Special Appropriation Bill seeks to allocate additional funds to the President, the Department of International Relations, and the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development to continue the fight at the International Court of Justice. We support the fight against the genocidal, racist apartheid state of Israel that have engaged in genocide in Gaza, West Bank, Rafah, killing Palestinians, including children and women and young men. The people of Palestine have a right to self-determination. They have a right to defend their land, and we owe it to humanity to stand and fight with the people of Palestine. We commend the government of South Africa for taking up the struggle, particularly the former international minister, Madam Naledi Pandor, who fought tirelessly. We must continue to fight, and we must use all available avenues, including International Court of Justice, to stand with the people of Palestine. There is no amount of money that should prevent us from doing everything humanly possible to ensure that the perpetrators of the genocide and war crimes against people of Palestine are arrested and brought to book. While there is no amount of justice that will undo the damage to the lives and livelihoods of Palestinians, for justice we must still fight. Speaker, we agree with the ICG on the arrest of warrant of Benjamin Netanyahu. The ICG is 100% correct. Netanyahu is responsible for ethnic cleansing, mass killings, forced displacement, and crimes against humanity, a murderer of note. The mass execution happening in Gaza are no different from the African Holocaust, which involves the forced removal of millions of Africans sold as slaves in the transatlantic slave trade. It is the same Hero and Nama genocide perpetrated by the Germans and present-day Namibia, and killing of millions by the Leopold in Congo. Neither Belgium, Germany, Britain, and the United States, nor the rest of human have ever paid for this crime. This is why they are so comfortable standing with these murderers of Israel. The difference is that today, we will fight, and we should fight with everything we have, Speaker, even if it means going to the streets and using this parliament. We must not be intimidated. The lobbying that is happening in America is nothing but an attempt to intimidate us. We fought evil apartheid, and we owe it to our forefathers to continue the fight, the evils of racism, war crimes, apartheid everywhere in the world. We maintain as the EFF that this 7th Parliament must reaffirm our motion moved by the EFF in this House to demand that the closure of Israel embassies and cut all diplomatic ties. We should not be ashamed to associate with the case, and we should say that the 96 million is nothing but necessary to just cost that must be paid as the country. Speaker, the EFF support the special appropriation additional 5 billion allocated to Central. The Gauteng Freeway Improvement Project was purely conceptualized, corrupt. No one has been held accountable. To expect the people of Gauteng and the rest of South Africans to pay a European company that have come to collect money from people is a scam. And we now are paying the price. This should be a lesson for all that privatization of public services and the financialization of public infrastructure are misguided and foolish. We support the special appropriation. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. From the river to the sea.
Honorable N.M. Hadebe.
Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, as we navigate a challenging economic environment, this bill must be assessed not only for its fiscal prudence, but also for its capacity to effectively address urgent national priorities. While we acknowledge the necessity of targeted appropriations, we must critically evaluate the proposed allocation to ensure they deliver tangible benefits to South Africans, especially the most vulnerable communities. The bill allocates over 5 billion for SANRAL's debt redemption, reflecting the government's ongoing commitment to improving road infrastructure. While roads are essential for economic growth and mobility, we trust that this large allocation will resolve SANRAL structural challenges. We are encouraged that this funding will translate into well-maintained and accessible roads, particularly in rural areas, which are often neglected in infrastructure planning. Additional funding for governance, justice and infrastructure must be equitably distributed to address historical disparities. Rural and underserved communities remain marginalized in terms of access to basic infrastructure, justice systems and economic opportunities. We insist on a more inclusive approach, ensuring that no South African is left behind. Honourable Speaker, while the Special Appropriation Bill is a necessary tool for addressing urgent fiscal needs, it must not be a blank check for unchecked spending. We stand firm in demanding accountability, transparency, and a focus on equity in the allocation of public funds. Let this bill be a step towards not only stabilizing our finances, but also fostering inclusive growth, restoring public trust, and delivering on the promise of a better future for all South Africans. We remain committed to ensuring that every appropriation serves the people effectively and responsibly. Honourable Speaker, the IFP, together with the people of South Africa, including the people of Mtuba-Tuba, support the Special Appropriation Bill. I thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Member. The next speaker is the Honourable Souls.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, and greetings to the House. I think before I begin, I want to give a special greeting and welcome to the Honourable Minister who has completed Matric, who is a bestseller, who is a successful businessman, and who is present with us here today, the Honourable President of the fastest growing party in this country, Patriotic Alliance, the Honourable Gayton McKenzie. Then on the special appropriation, we do support because of our commitment as a partner in the GNU. We note the adjustments for SANRAL, for the presidency, and we further understand that the purpose of the special appropriation is to reallocate the budget so as to fit the needs of the people in this country. So we want to express our position on the reallocation for the case against Israel in the International Justice Court. We want to first emphatically state that our position on the war in the Middle East is for a two-state solution. We are calling for a two-state solution. The life of an Israeli child, the life of a Palestinian child is equally important. Yes. South Africa as a country should be an example to the globe that we should be for peace in the Middle East, a two-state solution. We further want to highlight that special appropriation should be in consideration of the needs of the citizens of this country Although we see what is happening in Israel, we are concerned about the fact that South Africa does not put the same prioritization to adjust appropriations for children in Cape Town. There is war in Cape Town. Our children are dying daily. And there is no special adjustments done for our children. In Menenberg just a few days ago, Yumna, a 17-year-old, was brutally gunned down. No special appropriations. A few days later, a 15-year-old was gunned down. No special appropriations. A child has lost a mother. Children are losing mothers every day. In the Cape Flats, there is a war going on and everybody is giving a blind eye. We are saying it's time to readjust our budget to prioritize colored children and children in South Africa so that our children stops dying. I thank you.
I now call the Honourable Wessels.
Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker.
Honourable Member, do you rise on a point of order?
Yes, Deputy Speaker. I just didn't want to interrupt the Speaker that was speaking respectfully. But I just want to make it clear that there is no war between Israel and Palestine. There is genocide perpetuated by Israel against Palestinians.
Honourable Member.
So there is no war in between the two. It's genocide. There is onslaught against Palestinians by Israel, against children, women, and vulnerable groups in Palestine. Thank you very much.
That is part of a debate. It is not a point of order. Honourable Wessels, please proceed. Honourable Ntlangwini.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker, if that leader truly had matric, he would know what is the difference between war and genocide. But what can one expect from people that specialize in money bombing drugs?
Honourable Member, that is unparliamentary, and could you please withdraw that? Honourable Ntlangwini, that is unparliamentary. You know that. Please withdraw.
Which one, ma'am?
The last part that you said.
Of the drug bombing, I withdraw.
You're smart now.
Honourable Souls.
Honourable Chair, I think the Honourable in the EFF should withdraw the fact that we don't understand the difference between war and genocide. That's what she must withdraw. Because that is casting aspersions as if we are ignorant. We do understand the difference.
Honourable Souls, you have made your point. I do not rule that that is a point of order. The Honourable Ntlangwini has withdrawn the part that is casting aspersions. We will now proceed, Honourable Wessels.